gentlemen, in moments from now, we're excited to transition into our next segment, featuring a studio presentation by Warner Bros. Discovery and Universal Studios. So what you are about to see on the screen is being presented for the first time, and this is mostly unreleased content. Now, with those words, ladies and gentlemen, we have the pleasure today of hearing from Mr. Denzil Dias, Vice President and Managing Director of India Theatrical at Warner Bros. Discovery. So Denzil will share his insights on the latest developments and exciting projects that are coming up from their side, highlighting the vision for the future of cinema. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in putting your hands together and welcoming on stage Mr. Denzil Dias. Can I have a huge round of applause for him, please?
Thank you, Michelle, and thank you, Raghav, for giving this opportunity for us to present our forthcoming lineup. I do, however, have to highlight that don't worry about your mobile phones, honestly, because we haven't bought footage that has not been seen before. The reason being is that the footage that we actually wanted to show over here is highly sensitive in nature. It was footage that, if by any chance would have leaked out, would have created a big problem for us at the studios as well as for the filmmakers. And hence, we have decided against getting it out here. Probably in the future, when we will be able to take away our mobile phones before entering in, then probably we'll be able to get the footage. So I just wanted to bring that at the outset itself. Hopefully at the next big Cine Expo, we will be able to do that in a much more smoother and efficient manner. But till then, we still have a very exciting lineup to show you. And first of all, I want to start off that today's lineup is Warner Bros. Discovery and Universal Pictures. These are two of the major Hollywood studios. And last year, between these two studios, they commanded more than 50% market share. So let me start off with Warner Bros. Discovery and tell you, as both studios, we are committed towards the big screen experience. That is very, very clear. We believe in the theatrical experience. And we are so thankful for our exhibition partners. We are so thankful for our technology partners who make sure that what we bring to the screen is in the best possible sound and picture format. So I'll just briefly going to take you, I know we're running behind on time, but I'm just briefly going to take you about the 5 trailers that we're going to be showing of our films, which are coming within the next couple of quarters. And after that, I'll just take you, I don't have to have any footage, but I'll just give you a highlight of what titles we have coming from Warner Bros. Discovery in the rest of 2025. So the first film which releases in the next couple of days is Joker, the sequel to Joker. Now, Joker, when it was released, it still is the second highest grossing R-rated film of all time. Director Todd Phillips redefined a genre and blazed a new part alongside Joaquin Phoenix, who gave an Oscar-winning performance as Arthur Fleck. With the sequel Joker Folie, Todd and Joaquin reteam and are joined by the incredible Lady Gaga. And we look forward to you seeing the latest trailer of Joker Folie and obviously seeing the movie in a couple of days on October 2nd. In December, we bring the next storytelling from the franchise of Lord of the Rings. This is an anime film from an acclaimed Japanese anime director called Kenji Kamiyama. The film is actually set 183 years before the events chronicled in the original trilogy of films and tells the fate of the House of Helm Hammerhand, the legendary king of Rohan. This film releases on December 13, day and date with the world. Next up is a film which I'm very, very excited about, and from Academy Award-winning director Bong Joon-ho, who's a masterful filmmaker, whose movies capture the zeitgeist from Snowpiercer to Okja to the brilliant Parasite, which went on to win 4 Academy Awards. In this film, our hero Mickey has found himself in an extraordinary circumstance of working for an employer who demands the ultimate commitment for the job, to die for a living. This film is set for 31st January 2025. The next film, which I'm personally very excited about, is from Ryan Coogler, who's the director of Black Panther and Creed, and he once again partners with Michael Jordan, bringing a new vision of fear called Sinners. I won't tell you much about this because I love you all to see the trailer and decide for yourself. Last among the trailer lineup is a Minecraft movie, which is based on one of the most best-selling films of all time, and starring Jason Momoa and Jack Black. We are really, really excited about this film, and this film is set for April 4th. So without further ado, we will go ahead and play all the content, and I'll come back and talk to you all about what we have in lineup for the rest of 2025.
Hi everyone, this is Todd Phillips. I'd like to thank you for all of your support in making Joker a huge success in 2019. I'm thrilled to be bringing Joker Folie Deux to your cinemas later this year. I truly appreciate your collaboration and continued support of my work. Here's a look at Joker Folie Deux.
Do anything you want.
The sun comes.
You're Joker. The boy I knew would never wish for war.
The boy you knew is gone.
There's so many of them.
Fellow exhibitors, we are looking forward to bringing Mickey 17 to your cinemas in 2025. The world Director Bong has created is a true cinematic vision that can only be experienced on the big screen.
I'm also very excited to share a look at my new film, Mickey 17, with you. Enjoy.
As you can see, we've got a very diverse lineup, and I'll just take you to a few of the films which are planned post-April 2025. First up, coming in May, is a film called Flowervale Street, starring Anne Hathaway and Ewan McGregor. It's about a suburban family in 80s whose small neighborhood is suddenly transported into an event wherein the town is invaded by dinosaurs. What happens? We'll get to see more of that. Coming up in June is a film called F1 from the director of Top Gun Maverick, starring Brad Pitt. This film is going to be shot with IMAX cameras and will take you into these racing cars, which will be quite a different experience altogether on big screens. In July, we have the rebirth of the DC franchise, where we're going to have James Gunn, director of the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise, directing Superman. In this, Superman is pure kindness in a world that thinks kindness is old-fashioned, but gives us a sense of hope for the future. This is not an origin film. This is a film where Superman is already Superman, and there are already meta aliens living in this world. In September, we have the grand finale for the most successful horror film in India, which is The Conjuring. So we're really looking forward to terrorizing audiences in cinemas. Followed lastly is Mortal Kombat 2, which is a sequel to the film that came out during the pandemic. Unfortunately, it didn't reach the levels of success, but we do believe that the sequel will now be able to entertain audiences worldwide. So these are just a few of the titles that we have coming up for 2025, and that we're hoping to get through all cinemas and to entertain audiences in 2025. So moving on to our next studio, which is Universal. Now we're so proud and glad to be representative of Universal Films in India. Universal Films last year was the #1 studio among all the Hollywood studios, thanks to the success of Oppenheimer, Fast and Furious, and Super Mario Brothers. This year, Universal Films, through their partners through DreamWorks, we released Kung Fu Panda, and that's the highest grossing animation film for 2024. With their partners in DreamWorks and animation, Universal is the only studio which has the highest grossing animation films post-pandemic. And the first film that we're going to be showing you a small featurette and trailer about is The Wild Robot. Now, DreamWorks has been 30 years entertaining audiences with characters which have outlived the time and have become pop icons for years now, whether it's whether it's the Shrek franchise, the Kung Fu Panda franchise, or How to Train Your Dragons. And now Universal and DreamWorks have brought a brand new franchise with The Wild Robot, which is based on a best-selling book. The film opened over the weekend in the US, and I can tell you that it's opened at $35 million, which is the third highest opening for an animation film in September. And this is just the start of the film, because we believe the film has got a long run, because the ratings that wherever it has reached is on the highest rating possible, with audiences absolutely loving this film. And we believe that when this film releases in cinemas on October 18th, you would need to carry tissues, because this is a really emotional heart ride, and we are really, really so proud to be associated with films like The Wild Robot. So that's a film that's going to be set to capture hearts on October 18. The next film also is something which is just speaks about the diverse films that we bring from the Universal Films. Is based on the top-selling Broadway musical, The Wicked. Now, Wicked features the story of pop star Ariana Grande and Broadway star Cynthia Erivo. This spectacle is made for the big screen with lavish sets and production values, including a fully planted field with 9 billion tulips. Less said, better seen on the big screen. In January, we are bringing a film called Nosferatu, which is a modern-day interpretation of the traditional Dracula story from the mind of the visually acclaimed director Robert Eggers. So this chilling vampire tale has an atmospheric horror that's going to take your breath away. Followed by Wolfman, which again is from the house of Blumhouse, and the screenwriter of films like Insidious, Saw, and Invisible Man. It's a terrifying new creation of a werewolf nightmare that will set a new standard and trends in the worlds of creature horror. Then we have romantic comedy. Now, romantic comedies we've seen of late have seen a revival with certain films which are released. It All Ends With Us, Ticket to Paradise, and so forth. This film is Bridget Jones' About the Boy from the franchise of Bridget Jones. This is the fourth installment, and the star cast of Renée Zellweger, Hugh Grant, and Emma Thompson. This will be released during the Valentine's. We'll play all the trailers before I come back and I talk about the titles, the tentpoles that we have coming from Universal later on. Thank you.
Learn how to be wild. I am a wild robot.
Aggression detected. You're green.
Hello, old friend.
As you can see, it's a very exciting and diverse lineup that we have, and this is only up to Feb. We have got many more films to come forward, but I'll just mention 3 of the titles which we have from our partners at Universal. The first one is Michael. From the acclaimed director of Training Day and The Equalizer comes the movie that the fans of King of Pop have been waiting for. This is going to be the musical event of 2025 that millions of fans of Michael Jackson in India will be singing along in their cinemas next year. The movie stars Jafar Jackson, who is the actual nephew of Michael Jackson, and bears an uncanny resemblance to him. So that releases on April 18th, and we can't wait to get these films and to see you all dancing in the aisles. The next film is from the director of How to Train Your Dragon, Dean DeBlois, and it is the live adaptation of How to Train Your Dragon, the evergreen animation fan favorite. And this movie event is going to be something that has to be witnessed on the big screen. This is scheduled for release on June 13, 2025. And the third tentpole film that we are looking forward to is the rebirth of the much-beloved Jurassic franchise, with the latest edition promising to bring a whole new dimension of adventure and spectacle that will set up in an environment that features ferocious new dinosaurs and edge-of-the-seat entertainment that audiences have always come to expect from this franchise. The film is directed by Gareth Edwards, who's the director of Godzilla and Rogue One. And we have a brand new star cast starring Scarlett Johansson, Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala Ali. This film will set to scroll in cinemas on July 4th, 2025. So as you see, this is just a glimpse of what we have coming in. And I must tell you something more of, in terms of the animation. Animation has been a genre, has been quite a tough nut for us to crack in India because we always believe that animation underperforms as compared to the ratio in terms of the global performance of animation films. But I must proud to say, thanks to Universal's partnership with DreamWorks and Illumination, films like Minions: The Rise of Gru, Migration, Kung Fu Panda, Despicable Me, all of these films have completed. Despicable Me will complete 100 days in a short while, but most of these films have completed 100 days in cinemas. In fact, Kung Fu Panda has gone on to complete 25 weeks in cinemas and it's still playing in a couple of multiplexes. So it's clearly, we see that there is the audience that wants to go and watch these films in cinemas, and we do hope that with the wonderful Wild Robot, which people are already calling it the best animated film of the year, and it obviously is going to be the front runner at the Oscars next year for the animation, will continue to grow the genre in India. I'd just like to end the show by saying that while we have shown you very limited stuff of our films that we have coming up, between the two studios, we have around 42 films releasing in 2025, which means basically we'll, at any given point of time during the year, we'll be at least having 2 or 3 films releasing in cinemas. So clearly, Warner Bros. Discovery and Universal Films are completely invested in the theatrical experience. And we look forward to partnering with our partners in exhibition and our technology partners and Raghav and team for making sure that we entertain audiences with diverse stories brought from our talented filmmakers. Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
Exciting, isn't it? What lies in store? Can we please have a huge round of applause for Mr. Denzil Dice? That is truly exciting. He's given us an entire forecast of all the exciting movies that are coming up. And we are truly delighted and honored that Warner Brothers Discovery and Universal partnered with us to show you this footage and bring this to you here at the big Cine Expo, where the who's who of cinema exhibition has come together, all under one roof.